So I already recorded the intro for this day, and I decided I'm gonna re-intro the video because I was giving 2 out of 10 on the energy scale. I just was not having it, so decided to redo the intro, give a little bit more energy than what I was giving. I just got to my office. I'm getting all like signed into my laptop. I'm tired, but that's nothing out of the ordinary. I slept a little bit better last night, but not much. Today is Tuesday. I really only have drafting that I'm planning on doing today. I have edits that I need to finish for the architect, and then I have a lot of drafting that I need to do for Alder and Stone for my business. So I need to also, I'll show you guys what the idea is behind what I am going to be designing today. I'm basically designing a barndominum. The client drafted out like a general floor plan of what they're looking for. So I just need to put it into Revit. Let's see. Barndominum. I don't know if I spelt it right. I don't even know how to spell barndominum. Some of these barndominiums are actually like really fancy and real nice. But nonetheless, if I remember, I'll put a picture on the screen of what I'm going to be designing today. I'm probably going to start with drafting it. I have the meeting tomorrow with the contractor to go over like the preliminary design. I haven't even started it yet, so I probably should start it. And I'm going to do that first this morning. And then once I get it to like a certain point, then I will switch gears and work on the architect drafting stuff that I have for today. So just a day of me drafting, which is a very common day. It's a very common day. I've been doing a lot of like drafting work. I have some design work coming up that I'm gonna be that I can show you guys, but for the most part it's just more of the technical side and less of the like pretty stuff that I think people see on like HGTV and Instagram and stuff like that. So it's just more of the technical side of things, but I'm gonna get rocking and rolling on this. Hopefully I can get it done in like an hour, and then maybe I could squeeze in some time for the work that I actually want to do, which is vetted by design. I didn't work on vetted by design at all yesterday, and there's like a couple of things that I need to do before the podcast drops. Oh, and I need to plan my own podcast because I'm going to be starting a podcast for vetted by design. And yeah, and I have to make 2 pro profiles and send out a pro email. So there's a lot that I have to do for vetted by design, but when you're an entrepreneur and you have a lot of things going on, sometimes it's very easy for me to kind of like chase the shiny object and just want to work on the things that make me the most happy. But those aren't the things that bring in an income and a paycheck. So I have to focus on the stuff that makes money first, and then I can focus on the things that bring me joy. So that's just life. So I'm gonna get started on drafting, and then we'll see how long it takes, and I'll show you guys what I come up with after. So I didn't get very far on the drafting. I started drafting, and the contractor provided me with like a floor plan of what the clients want, and I'm just like drafting it and designing it and whatever. But I realized when I looked at his floor plan that none of it made sense. Like, it's not legible. Like, it's just completely not legible. I have zero clue what it says. I can't read it. So I called him and I was like, I can't read this. Like, I don't know. I can barely make out what any of it is. And so he said he'll give me a call back when he's at his computer to kind of walk me through. I'll try to show you what we got going on. It's probably pretty hard to see, but it's something like that. And it's not legible. So hopefully he'll call me back like within 5 minutes to go over it, but I just am gonna sit here and wait for him to call me back. Yeah, I cannot read it at all. And it was just confusing. He sent me an email with like all these changes to the floor plan, but none of it makes sense. So processing kitchen, and like the terminology for the rooms that he used are not on the floor plan, like the sketch that he sent me. So I'm like, what room are you talking about? Like, I don't see that room on the floor plan. I don't know. Hopefully he calls me back. Otherwise, it's just a time suck and I'm just waiting for him to call me back. But I don't know. Alrighty, so this is about as far as I'm gonna get today. It's a barndominum, so there's gonna be like a living quarters. I don't have any of the exterior materials selected because I have a meeting with the contractor tomorrow. I don't know door placement, window placement. He didn't tell me really what he wanted for that. I just wrote a list of questions for him. And then here's the very general floor plan. This is gonna be like a processing kitchen, I guess. And then you'll walk into a mudroom, and then a living area, bathroom, bedroom, and then all of these are stalls for animals, I guess. I have so many questions for him, so I just got it to a point where I can present to him tomorrow. And then once I get a lot of the questions answered, I'll kind of detail it out a little bit more and make it look more like an actual barn. This was the inspiration photo. This floor plan is completely different, but this is an inspiration photo that his client sent him. They completely changed the floor plan to fit their needs. And so, yeah, that's about as far as I've gotten on this one. And now I'm going to switch gears, and I think I'm gonna work on some vetted by design stuff for about an hour, and then I will switch to drafting for the architect. It is bright as all get out. I just spent the last like hour and a half drafting, and I'm so proud of myself because the drafting for the architect has been a bit of a challenge, just because I'm not used to drafting from like an architectural standpoint, and I really haven't visited architectural standards since college. And so it's been a little bit just understanding footings and stem walls and foundation, and how does it all kind of like lay on top of each other, framing, the layers of the wall, headers, and things like that. I do not, for interiors, I don't spec that kind of stuff. I'm not like, oh, we're gonna use a 2x. Sometimes I do. I don't know. I don't get that deep into it. So with the architecture job, I am having to get that granular and just understand, like, a footing is like a piece of cement, and then the stem wall sits on top of the footing. I thought the whole thing was the footing. So yeah, I'm just really proud of myself for just learning more and trying and researching and just, trying to do a good job and trying to understand something that's not in my wheelhouse, but just educate myself and all that kind of stuff. So I have been persevering through that job. Every single project that he has me on they're all residential projects for the most part. And they're all just so different, and yeah, it just is a different level of drafting. And I use CAD, and I've already complained about CAD, but yeah. So, Mount Copper, I don't know who that is. Okay, so I got cut off because I got a call and I wasn't going to answer it, but then I was like, oh wait, my mortgage company is calling because I got a bill in the mail for my property taxes, that I owe property taxes, but we pay our property taxes through escrow. So I was confused. I had to make a phone call, had to talk about it. It's all good. Adult things, Jesus. When do you become an adult? This is the moment I realize I'm an adult, when I am talking about property taxes and that kind of stuff. Like, tell me you're an adult without telling me you're an adult. Anyways, I'm taking a quick break. I'm gonna go get something. Oh wait, I'm such a scatterbrain. I drove to a store when I want to get lunch from somewhere else. There's like a local soup spot that I like to go to sometimes, even though it's like 70 degrees, but I want soup, and they're like closing soon, so gotta go get the soup while I can. I don't know why I came to where I came to. My mind is oftentimes in so many different areas. Like, I got so many different, but I sent over an email to the architect letting him know that I was done with the edits that he sent me. Make sure I'm focused on myself. Sometimes I feel like my phone doesn't focus on me, it focuses on my background, but I sent him over the edits and let him know that I was done with that round of edits and that I was ready for any more edits that he had, and he hasn't sent over any more edits for me. And it's a little bit tricky because I try to hit 3 hours a day working on his stuff, and I'm only at an hour and 20 minutes for today. And then yesterday I was only at an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm trying to hit 3 to 4 hours every day. So I just haven't been hitting my mark on that, which is, I mean, there's nothing I can do. If there's no more edits, then I can't create work. So it's 2:15, and I think today might be a day that I pick up Scarlett a little bit early, which actually is just the normal time that I pick her up. I normally pick her up at 3, but I've been picking her up closer to 4. So I probably will pick her up at 3. I'm gonna switch gears and work on Vetted by Design. I wanna set up something that's like, when designers go on the website, I want it to like prompt them like for a free template. And then once they download the free template, they get added to an email list. It is so blurry. They get added to an email list, and so I can start collecting emails. I have zero clue how to do that in WordPress. I have no clue. So I'm gonna try to figure that out, and then we'll see how far I can get with it.
Hustle Pro helps you create dynamic and targeted messages that engage visitors and capture data through opt-ins and call to action buttons. Forget annoying and ugly, say hello to...
Wow. So I've watched a couple of videos about how to do like a freebie email opt-in, and it's not hard and it's not like a huge concept, but I don't know. I just feel like building the platform has been one of the hardest things in the world. I'm not somebody who's like a website builder. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. So sounds like I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and it sounds like I found an option. It's called MailerLite. Yeah, MailerLite. And you can essentially have like a little pop-up, and then I'll do a freebie like, oh, if you want to download this good, better, best furniture budget, then give me your email, download, so people can download it. And I think creating an email list for Vetted by Design will be really important. Let me move my laptop. I think creating an email list for Vetted by Design will be really important, so that anytime new pros get added to the platform, I can push that out in email form. And then anytime there's like anything of noteworthy, like maybe one of the pros got published in a magazine, anything that I would want to add or share with interior designers, I can add to the email marketing thing. I don't know. My hair is crazy. It's the end of the day. I'm exhausted. I've been staring at this computer screen for a million trillion years, and I'm just, but I'm not going to set it up today, I don't think. I only have like another 20 minutes until I'm going to leave my office, so I probably should be productive and set it up. I'm going to try. So I have ended my work day. It was a very kind of uneventful work day. I basically waited for the architect to send me some edits. He never did, so I worked on the email list for a little bit. And then, of course, the second I get in my car, he sends me edits. I was like, the second I got in my car, I saw a notification on my phone. Can you change this? So I'm probably gonna go to pick up my daughter and then go home and work on the edits. I don't know, but I just thought that was funny that happened. Whatever. And typically, once I pick up my daughter and go home, I don't like to go home and work. I will if I need to, but I don't typically like to do that. But today's gonna be a go home and work kind of day. I think that the edits that he wants me to do shouldn't take a long time, I don't think. But anyways, I heard back from the cafe. potential client, and we're meeting to look at a potential warehouse, like not warehouse space, but a potential cafe space on Thursday. So I'm really excited. I'm super duper excited. So Thursday can't come fast enough. Anyways, I'm probably closing out the video here. I might open things back up and show me drafting later, but not likely. So please like and subscribe, and peace out.
A set date and time. An automation is different because it's triggered by an action. So in this case, the action that triggers our automation is somebody submitting their email address on that landing page. So let's click New Automation to get started. Here, I'm going to start from scratch. You do have the option to choose a starter template, and there are additional starter templates on paid plans marked as advanced, but I'm going to start from scratch since I think that will show you how this automation builder works. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Download Course Creation Toolkit.